No meat, I don't have any sevens. Go fish. Welcome to Vlog 98. It's great to have you join us today. I'm Jacob.
I'm Carly.
And this is Meek. And welcome to our home. You are joining us on the Horizon Kids vlog. We post these every week.
Yep.
We have a bit of fun on them. It's great.
And it's vlog number 98.
98, yeah. Crazy.
Getting real close to 100.
Halfway to 196, Carly.
Yep.
Amazing.
So for the month of January, we've been talking about remote control.
The choice is yours. I love the song was doing it. It was very robotic.
It's an interesting robot arm. The choice is yours. And that is our theme because all month long, we're talking about self-control.
That's true. And self-control is choosing to do what you should even when you don't want to.
Which is a very important thing to learn in life. And the Bible agrees with that. In fact, and it helps us with it too. In 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3, it says, God's power has given us everything we need to live a godly life.
Come on.
And living a godly life actually means living with something that the Bible calls the fruit of the Spirit. And you can read about those in the Bible. There's a few of them. One of them is self-control.
Yep.
So in order to have that self-control, we need Jesus in our life. And when we have that, He'll give us everything we need.
Absolutely. And so this week we're talking about think before you speak.
A very important lesson to learn in life, isn't it?
Think before you speak. And so we're going to watch a Bible story and we'll see you guys chat a bit more about this later on.
This universal remote is absolutely incredible. It controls everything. I'm Jacob, and I love remote controls. They make me feel so powerful, you know? I'm in control. But today, I'm here to talk to you about the power of self-control. Self-control is choosing to do what you should even when you don't want to. Self-control really comes in handy. It can keep you out of trouble. It can help you avoid mistakes. It can help you in what you do and in what you say. You need self-control to get you through every single... I'm sorry, it's my sister. I told her I was busy right now, and this will only take a second. What? No, I told you that I'm busy. I'm doing the video thing about the self-control. No, but I tell you every time. You can't call me because I'm working here. But you always... Sorry, you might want to fast forward this part. Actually, I can fast forward this part.
I tell you every single time, I'm already working hard enough, okay? YouTube's demonetizing everything. I'm trying to bring God to the kids. I saw that as my appropriate. Oh, wait, no, don't put mom on the phone. Don't put mom on the phone. I don't want to talk to her. And I have my fans who are expecting this from me. About what? Mom, no, okay, no. Turn back on the mom. You made me help mom fix the internet.
Sorry about that. I hope you couldn't hear me. I really gave my sister a piece of my mind. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm wondering maybe I gave her a little too much of a piece of my mind. But you know what they say, words can never harm me, right? Right? I don't feel so powerful anymore. In today's story, we'll learn just how powerful words can be. I'll see you in a bit. I've got to make a phone call.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Proverbs. Chapter 12, verse 18.
King Solomon was one of the wisest men who ever lived, and like any parent, he wanted to pass that wisdom down to his children. So he collected many wise sayings that were later written down in the book of Proverbs.
My son, listen to your father's advice. Don't turn away from your mother's teaching. What they teach you will be like a beautiful crown on your head.
Solomon's children were royalty, but Solomon was more concerned with the choices they would make than whatever royal robe or crown they would wear.
My son, accept my words. Store up my commands inside you. Let your ears listen to wisdom. Apply your heart to understanding.
There are hundreds of wise sayings in Proverbs, and a lot of them mention the same thing over and over and over. Your words. Yep. You remember that old saying?
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Not true. What comes out of your mouth is strong and powerful. Words can end a friendship. It can make people believe a lie. It can make people lose their trust in you. Here's what King Solomon had to say about it.
The words of thoughtless people cut like swords, but the tongue of wise people brings healing.
This is my double sword, commonly known as, scissors. Now, you might think that one tiny little comment might not really hurt anyone.
That was a dumb thing to do.
Can't you get anything right?
Sorry, you can't sit here.
Did you even look in the mirror? Crybaby.
No big deal, right? I mean, it's not like any of these little cuts did any real damage. But deep down inside, none of us are just one layer. We're way more complicated than a single sheet of paper. Our stories have a bunch of different layers. So when you say,
Just get over it.
your words might cut way deeper than you ever imagined. Ouch! But there is a way to keep your words from slicing deep like this. Think before you speak. Take a few seconds, use your imagination. Maybe you feel like saying,
You're a loser, so you'll never hear me say you're good enough.
stop. Ask yourself,
How would I feel if someone said this to me? Would it hurt?
if the answer is yes, keep your mouth shut. Or better yet, change those words.
You're good enough, so you'll never hear me say you're a loser.
Your words can encourage and comfort. They can speak truth and bring wisdom.
Hey, can I help?
I'm really sorry you're having a rough day.
I want you on my team.
I love the way you always pick bright colors. You're really brave.
Your words are so strong, they can make someone's day and help heal some pretty deep cuts. In fact, your words are one of the very best ways to fulfill the mission Jesus gave us.
Love one another, just as I have loved you. If you love one another, everyone will know you are my disciples.
Your words are your superpower. So, before you let a single word out of that mouth today, ask yourself,
Is it gonna hurt, or is it gonna help?
like Solomon reminds us, the words of thoughtless people cut like swords, but the tongue of wise people brings healing.
I shouldn't have said what I did. I'm sorry. I just lost my cool. And there was no reason for that. But I'm very sorry, and I love you. Thanks. All right. It feels a lot better when you're in control of the words you say. King Solomon had a way with words, so he really knew what he was talking about when he wrote, "The words of thoughtless people cut like swords, but the tongue of wise people brings healing." So if you don't think before you speak, you could really hurt someone. I bet you've been hurt by someone else who didn't think before they spoke. On the other hand, if you do think and you say encouraging words, you can help someone. Maybe you've been helped by someone's encouragement. It's strange how sometimes mouths move faster than our brains. It's like we can't wait to say that perfect comeback or tell that joke about someone that's just going to make everyone else laugh. But instead of fast forward, our words should be moving slow. Jesus had a half-brother named James, and he wrote this: "Everyone should be quick to listen, but they should be slow to speak. They should be slow to get angry." So the next time your mouth is moving fast forward and you think you're about to say something hurtful, slow down. Think about how your words are going to affect other people. Will they cut like a sword or bring healing? And if you absolutely can't think of any healing words to say, you might want to press the mute button. The one thing to remember today is, The one thing to remember today is this: think before you speak. Your words are very powerful, and you get to choose how you use them. This thing is pretty powerful too. SAP. I wonder what that does. Huh.
Nada parece. Ah, bueno. Hasta luego. Adiós.
Let's check out Proverbs 12 verses 18 one more time. The words of thoughtless people cut like swords, but the tongue of wise people brings healing.
If you don't engage your brain before you speak, you could really hurt someone.
Your words are powerful, sometimes more powerful than you realize.
They can help or hurt, and you get to choose how to use them.
The next time your mouth is moving fast forward and you're about to say something hurtful, switch to slow motion.
Think about how your words are going to affect other people.
If you can't think of any healing words to say, maybe press the mute button.
Our words are so often quick and thoughtless, and they can hurt someone else's feelings in an instant.
How can we stop that from happening?
Ask God to help you hit the pause button before you say something you regret.
And also pray for opportunities to tell others words that will lift their spirits, not tear them down.
Like we said, words are so powerful, and God can help you use your words wisely.
That's great. And so we've got a couple questions for you guys, as we always do. So the first one today is, what's a good test to use in deciding what we should or should not say? What's a good test for that?
It's a great thing to think about. Because when you want to stop and think about your words first, what are you going to think about? Have something in mind that you can test. I think a great test could be, how would I feel if someone said that to me?
That's true.
So things like that. The next question is, just because something is true doesn't mean it's okay to say it. Why or why not? It's an interesting one to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And our final question today is, how do you decide if something is necessary to say or if it's better to leave it unspoken? I think that's another one of those kind of tests, and I think so much of this is about testing what we're about to say before we say it.
Yeah.
Just to think and to give it a minute.
Yeah,
So,
which is why it's so important to stop and think before you speak.
yeah, self-control is good.
Awesome. Well, let's pray as we finish up, and then we'll let you get on with these discussions. So, Jesus, thank you for your word. Thank you for all that you've been teaching us today about self-control and how we can have it and how we can live better with that. We ask that you would just guide us in saying the right things and knowing when to say something and when not to. Help us to know when to hit the pause button or the mute button, and help us to slow down before just saying what immediately comes to mind, so that we don't hurt people unintentionally, so that we can lift others up with our words instead of tearing them down. We do this because we just want to live like you, Jesus. We want to do what you did, and we want to follow your word and your guidance because we love you, Jesus, and it's in your name. Everybody said together, Amen.
Awesome.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.